Ladies and gentlemen, the rap world just got flipped on its head. YNW Melly, the same dude who gave us Murder on My Mind and had half the internet screaming Free Melly, is officially cooked. And who lit the fire under him? None other than his so-called Day One brother, YNW Bortlen. Yeah, the same Bortlen who used to ride shotgun, literally, just turned state witness and handed Melly a one-way ticket to a life sentence. So let's pause right here. Loyalty? Dead? Brotherhood? Buried? The street code? Shattered into a million pieces like a cheap glass bottle outside a Florida gas station. How does a rapper go from Billboard charts to a concrete box for the rest of his natural life? How does a childhood friend transform into the ultimate Judas in designer sneakers? And most importantly, why is Twitter losing its collective mind right now, with half the people screaming justice served, and the other half yelling snitch season? Buckle up, because this isn't just another rap beef. This is betrayal, courtroom drama, and internet chaos all rolled into one messy, meme-worthy saga. Trust me, you're gonna want the popcorn for this one. Alright fam, let's break this down from the top. Because the story of YN Melly's so-called brotherhood collapsing is like watching a Netflix crime doc, only with more diamonds, more Instagram flexing, and way more betrayal. So here's the setup. YNW Melly. Real name Yamel Demons. Yes, demons. You can't make this stuff up. Was once on the brink of becoming rap's next big superstar. The kid had Kanye features, Billboard hits, and a fan base that practically worshipped him. But behind the flashy grills and Free Melly hashtags, there was a storm brewing. And like every great Greek tragedy, it wasn't the enemies that took him down. It was the people closest to him. Enter YNW Bortlen. Childhood friend. Right-hand man. The dude you'd think would ride until the wheels fall off. But instead, this guy decided to hop out of the car, sell the wheels to the feds, and call an Uber to freedom. Bortlen is the reason Melly just kissed his chances of ever breathing free air goodbye. Because when the pressure cooker started whistling in that Broward County courtroom, Bortlen folded faster than a $2 lawn chair at Walmart. Now, let's be real. This ain't Melly's first rodeo with controversy. Since day one, drama has followed this guy like a shadow. From his teenage shootouts, to being expelled, to writing Murder on My Mind in jail, which, by the way, prosecutors practically treated as a confession tape. Melly's rap sheet was already looking like a CVS receipt. Long, detailed, and absolutely damning. But the real scandal? It isn't just that Melly was sentenced to life. Nah, that's the headline. The scandal is that his own crew helped put the nails in his coffin. Imagine this. The guy you grew up with, the guy who shared studio sessions, late-night drives, and allegedly crimes, decides that his freedom is worth more than your friendship. Boom, loyalty. Deleted brotherhood. Uninstalled anonymous sources, and by anonymous, I mean that one cousin of a friend who swears they were at the gas station when Melly got arrested claimed that Bortlen was offered the golden deal. Snitch and you'll see daylight again. Stay silent and you're looking at 5 life sentences stacked on top of each other like dirty laundry. Guess which option he chose? And the internet. Oh, they went nuclear. Twitter was basically divided into 2 armies. Team Melly deserved it versus Team Bortlen the Snake. Memes of snakes wearing YNW chains started circulating. TikToks popped off with kids reenacting courtroom betrayal scenes. And even Tekashi 6ix9ine and chimed in like, "Yo, welcome to the club, bro." Yeah. When Tekashi starts calling you a snitch, you know it's bad, but here's where things get darker. Because this wasn't just a friend testifying. This was Bortlen allegedly providing a sworn proffer, which in non-legal terms basically means he handed prosecutors the cheat codes to Melly's defense. Suddenly, that whole "it was a drive-by" story shattered. That mistrial that had Melly fans feeling hopeful, dead on arrival, and as the courtroom drama unfolded, with Melly staring at the reality of life behind bars, the question wasn't just how did it come to this? The question was, what exactly did Bortlen say that sealed the deal? So, what exactly did Bortlen spill in that courtroom that had the judge practically salivating to bang that gavel? according to our totally real but absolutely not confirmed sources. Bortlen handed over the rap game's version of the Pentagon Papers. We're talking GPS records, inside jokes turned into confessions, and even text messages that read less like friendly banter and more like a murder plot drafted in. iMessage.1 leaked report claimed that prosecutors were literally smiling ear to ear as Bortlen described how the so-called drive-by was staged. He allegedly detailed who sat where in the car, what was said before the shots rang out, and even how Melly supposedly rehearsed his poker face. Imagine standing there as your brother paints you as the director, actor, and producer of your own downfall? Brutal. But wait, it gets juicier. Courtroom insiders, again. Think your cousin's barber's ex-girlfriend, who totally works in law, swore that Bortlen dropped the bombshell. Melly told me he had to do it. He said it was the only way to climb higher in the game. Whether that line is fact, fiction, or pure internet fanfiction, it spread like wildfire. Overnight, Twitter threads popped up with screenshots, conspiracy charts, and people playing detective with Google Maps like they just got hired by the FBI. Meanwhile, the public reaction turned into an all-out circus. On one side, you had fans crying betrayal. Bortlen's a snake, man. He folded under pressure. You never rat on family. Street code is dead. This generation ain't built like the old heads. And on the other side, the justice warriors pop champagne. Finally! 2 innocent lives taken, and Melly thought he could rap his way out? No, lock him up. Bortlen did what anyone with a brain would do. Why should he rot for someone else's crimes? But the memes? Oh, the memes were merciless. Somebody edited murder on my mind into snitching on my mind, and it hit 1 million views in under 24 hours. TikTok had people reenacting the courtroom betrayal, complete with fake tears and snake emojis. Even celebrities weighed in 50 Cent reposted a meme with the caption, "Should have seen it coming, savage." And let's not forget the lavish lifestyle accusations that started resurfacing. Fake documents leaked online showing Melly supposedly funneling money into private island getaways, diamond-encrusted chains shaped like bullets, and even rumors of a $50,000 silence fee he once allegedly offered another associate. Did any of this actually happen? Who knows? But in the world of internet investigations, facts are optional, drama is mandatory. By this point, the scandal wasn't just about a rapper catching a life sentence. It had morphed into a morality play for the digital age. Do you value loyalty over survival? Does the street code even exist anymore? Or are we all just one bad cross-examination away from pointing fingers at the very people we swore were family? And just when you thought things couldn't get any wilder, the fallout began. And just when you thought this saga couldn't twist any harder, the fallout hit like a wrecking ball. Because Bortlen's testimony didn't just lock Melly behind bars, it sent shockwaves through the entire hip-hop community, the justice system, and even the so-called street code. First up, the legal aftermath. Prosecutors wasted no time. With Bortlen's testimony gift-wrapped, Melly's defense team looked like they'd just been hit by a truck full of paperwork. Appeals? Possible. Hope? Hope? Slimmer than a dollar bill at a strip club. Judges were grinning, the DA's office was popping metaphorical champagne, and somewhere in the distance you could hear the faint echo of order in the court, as Melly's sentence was stamped in stone: life. No parole, no comeback tour. Just cement walls and orange jumpsuits, but it didn't stop there. Rumors started swirling that Bortlen himself might be entering witness protection. Yep, from icy chains to a beige polo in Nebraska. Imagine going from YNW to your new Walmart greeter. That's the price of snitching, folks. Freedom, but at what cost? Meanwhile, the rap industry reaction was chaotic. Some rappers kept quiet, terrified of being linked to anything. Others jumped at the chance to throw shade. One anonymous leak even suggested that certain labels had already started scrubbing Melly's unreleased music, worried it might turn into the soundtrack of a criminal investigation. Spotify playlists quietly updated, features disappeared, and producers acted like they'd never exchanged a single text with him. Loyalty in the music biz? Yeah, About as real as a McDonald's ice cream machine working on a hot day. Then came the fans. Street corners and Twitter spaces alike turned into battlegrounds. Some mourned the fall of their hero, blasting Murder on My Mind on loop as if it were a funeral anthem. Others mocked the situation, posting snake gifs every time Bortlen's name came up. He chose life over loyalty, one viral comment read. And now Melly's the one with no life left to live? Harsh? Absolutely. But that's the internet for you, and let's not forget the broader consequences. Politicians, ever hungry for clout, jumped in. Fake press releases started floating around claiming Florida lawmakers were pushing for harsher penalties on gang-affiliated rap groups. The FBI allegedly opened an inquiry into whether Melly's music had ties to real criminal activity, because apparently in 2025, a song lyric is basically a signed affidavit. By now, it wasn't just about Melly and Bortlen. It was about the culture, about whether the myth of loyalty in the rap game still existed, or if the industry had fully evolved into a survival of the fittest reality show. The ultimate betrayal had cracked open a bigger conversation. What happens when the very people who built you? And with Melly locked away, Bortlen branded a snake forever. And the internet still feasting on the drama, one question lingered in neon lights across every timeline. Was this justice? Or just the final act of a friendship gone fatally wrong? So here's the million-dollar question. Fam, did justice finally catch up with YNW Melly, or did Bortlen just redefine betrayal for an entire generation? Is this the end of a rap legacy, or just the beginning of endless memes and debates about loyalty? Drop your take in the comments. Team Justice served or Team Snake season? I want to see the battlefield light up. And hey, if you want more raw breakdowns of hip-hop's wildest scandals, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this story is far from over.